oracle. And I was like, wow. And I know that my soul's incarnation was as an oracle. So it just seemed pretty incredible to me. So then I said, well, can you tell me about that? She takes me into my Hall of Records. The description's incredible. And then she tells me that Athena was actually my mother. She sees Athena holding this baby, and she says, you were born as a daughter of light and a daughter of the gods. And I said, who was my father? And she says, oh, this is interesting. Melchizedek was your father. And I remembered that when I met Reverend Dan, he came down here to do the Melchizedek ordinations, and he's going to be here in 2 weeks to do them again. Laurel's actually flying in from Canada for those ordinations. It's going to be incredible. I remember when I saw him, he just had the distinct feeling of being father to me. And he carries the signature of Melchizedek, and he's ordained probably 17,000 people in his lifetime. So that was really fascinating to find out. Then I was told to ask about my connection to Sanat Kumara. And then Wendy and I, like, this just happened. So I'm like buzzing from this energy. Wendy and I had this unbelievable gathering at my round table. And she goes, holy crap, Lynn, 38 years ago, I saw this moment in a dream. And she said, and I was led to a room, and it's your round table. And she said, and it's not just the 12 people that are seated at the table. She said, there's so many beings in here. And she said, and everyone leads in, and they put their palms down, and everyone's fingertips are touching. And like, I'm feeling goosebumps. She's feeling goosebumps. I start crying. She's like it's just crazy what's happening. And it was Mia Sahana Grace, my higher self, her as Maelestra. And then it was Metatron Melchizedek, Elijah, Yeshua, Magdalene Hathor. It was Merlin, Inanna, Sanat Kumara, Lady Nada, Gabriel, Archangel, Gabriel, Michael, Uriel, Ariel, and Azrael, the Dragon Tribe, the Great White Brotherhood, the Oraphim, Isis, Mother Mary, Sophia, Allah, Thoth, Mohammed, Buddha, Lao Tzu, Confucius, Saint Germain, Hilarion, Cerebus Bay, and then the guardians of the rays of light. Like, you can't make this stuff. Like, come on. I'm not that creative. For goodness sake. And as she's doing this, like, the download after download. So that's the energy I'm bringing into whatever it is that we're doing here today. Holy moly. So we were activated for the work that we're going to be doing next year, bringing forth whatever it is that we're going to be bringing forth next year and the years that follow. And it's just remarkable. We talked about Elijah and how Elijah is an embodiment of a light or a Christed being, a crystalline being, a Christ-aligned being. And when she channels him, it sounds like there are three beings that are talking at once. For those of you that heard the activations that he brought through, it's just extraordinary. Let me see, we had somebody else join. Who is this? It looks like KICA 1971. Gabriella. Hi, Gabriella. Hi, Catherine. Hi. So welcome, everybody. So my name is Lynn, and I channel the Akashic Records. But more importantly than what it is that I do, I teach people how to do what it is that I do. I call myself a transformational alchemist. As alchemists turn lead into gold, I help people turn their darkness into light. And I do that by teaching them practical tools. And some of my students are here with us now. Hi, everybody. Welcome. And we have all been on this journey right now, most recently with Jesus and Mary Magdalene and some others, to bring forth the wisdom of the Essenes, the beings that raised Jesus, that taught him, that helped him to perform the miracles. We're getting ready to take a journey through the Sophia Code, through the messages from the 8 ascended goddesses and ascended masters, Hathor, Isis, Kuan Yin, Green Tara, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, Kuan Yin, White Buffalo Woman, and then the Sophia Dragons. And the Sophia Dragons are these incredible ascended beings. So there are initiations in each of those chapters, and I have them pre-recorded. I bought them from Kaya years ago. And so we're going to go through weekly for 8 weeks, and we're going to make a journey through the book and do those activations together. I did this a couple of years ago, back in 2021, and it was so incredibly well received. So if that's anything that called to you, just want to let you know that's available. It's going to be $88 for the whole 8 weeks. We're going to meet on Thursdays at noon Eastern time for about an hour and a half to talk about the book and to do the initiations. So if that tickles your fancy and that calls to you, know that you're being called by one of these 8 incredible beings. I channel 5 of the 8 so far. I've channeled about 21 different ascended masters in this lifetime. So it's been quite a journey for me. I'm writing a book. I just wrote a book called Channeling Magdalene, A Year of Love. We're marrying Magdalene. I channeled her every day for a year, and we went through the 365 lessons of Course in Miracles. And then there's a book I'm going to be writing that's called Channeling Yeshua, The Wisdom of the Essenes, with all the information that I'm bringing forth. And then the next one is going to be called Channeling Hathor, Spiritually Schizophrenic, about what it's like to have all these beings kind of chattering to you at once. It's quite crazy. So my journey with the Akashic Records began when I was 11 years old, and my mom had been given a book by her girlfriend, Kathy Younger, that was called, what was it called? It was called The Sleeping Prophet, about Edgar Cayce. Edgar Cayce is probably the most world-renowned psychic. He had over 14,000 readings of going into a deep trance. He had everything from prophecies as well as helping people with, lifetimes from different timelines and past, present, future, all that, helping people heal using food and medicines and things like that. So he has a center down in Virginia Beach. Anyway, this book was written. I read it, and I became fascinated with anything and everything to do with all things spiritual, mystical. This was me at 11 years old. And my sister became fascinated with healing people through food. So that's why she became a nutritionist. But it had a profound impact on us. But at that time, the only place to get your Akashic Records read, I think, was like if you go to India or something like that. So imagine my surprise in 2017 when a girlfriend of mine, posts on Facebook, hey, I just learned to read the Akashic Records and I need to practice on some people. I called her on the phone and I was like, Tiffany, oh my God, how did you get to do that? I have to know. Please do a reading. So she did a reading for me, and then she did a reading for my business partner, James. And it was just incredible what came through. And I was like, how do I learn to do this? And she said, well, I learned from a woman who studied with Linda Howe, who wrote the quintessential book called How to Read the Akashic Records. And so I started following Linda Howe on Facebook. And at the end of 2017, Linda says that she's going to teach for the last time an online course for how to read the Akashic Records. And I'm like jazzed out of my mind. It's a platform that was called Learn It Live that's very much like Zoom, where you have people live and you can talk and interact with them. For a girl who grew up in the 60s, this was like stuff you saw on television. This was like Star Trek. This wasn't like life, right? Now you have an Apple Watch and it looks like the old Dick Tracy. I'm definitely aging myself because I am 61. But, Spirit showed me being on this platform doing things like this. So, we've had classes with hundreds of people in it. So, it's like all come true. Everything they've ever shown me, everything I've ever dreamt has always come true. I have prophetic dreams. It's quite crazy. So I signed up to do Linda Howe's course, and there are 48 of us from around the world, China, Australia, all over Europe, all over the Americas, learning how to read the Akashic Records together. So the very first time I learned the prayer, I go in and I open the Akashic Records, and there are these beings, and they're jumping up and down, and they're so excited, and they're like screaming at me, halls of Amenti, halls of Amenti, halls of Amenti. And I'm freaking out, and I'm like, what the heck? I close the records. I'm scared out of my mind. I write to my teacher, Linda Howe, and I'm like, what just happened? And she said, well, they're really excited to see you. Ask them to slow down, ask them to calm down. And she said, why don't you find out what the halls of Amenti are? So I Google halls of Amenti, and it says the halls of Amenti are mentioned in a book called The Emerald Tablets, written by Thoth the Atlantean, who helped to create and build the pyramids in Egypt. And I'm freaking out because I've been like having conversations with Hathor, who's an Egyptian goddess, since 1996 after my first Reiki initiation. Like, You ever have those moments in your life where you realize everything you've done leads you to one moment, like that one moment in time? So I go back in and I'm like, hello, like, be gentle with me. And they said, we're just really excited to see you again. The halls of Amenti were where the Akashic records were held in Atlantis, and they were then transferred to Egypt. And you are one of the guardians of the Akashic records. And I'm like, listen, I've never taken drugs. This can't be an acid flashback. Like, I'm like, how is this even possible? What are you talking about? And they're like, you're one of the guardians of the records, and you're going to be learning how to read the records. You're going to teach people how to read the records. And you're welcome. This can't be my life. This can't be real. Like, it's impossible. But this is my life. And so now, all these years later, I have taught hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people to read the records. I have done thousands of readings. And people will come up to me and say, oh, thank you so much. I was in your class, or you did a reading for me. And I have no recollection of them. Because what happens for me is my soul origin is that of an oracle. And when I go into trance, I am not conscious. I'm what's called a full body trance medium oracle. And so I go in, I get scooped out, and I am gone, and this goes on. So whoever gets chosen today, whoever gets chosen today, sorry, I'm getting a call. Whoever gets chosen today by Priyanka. Priyanka is my right hand, my left hand, my up, my down, my in, my out, my everything girl. And she's psychic as fuck, even though she does not like to acknowledge that she is. I don't care what she says, she is. She's going to choose one of you that's going to get a reading today. So I will ask for your full legal name. I will then open your records, and either the masters, teachers, loved ones, or lords of the records will come forth with information for you. And if you want more, I can refer you to two of my lovely students that happen to be here now, or a lot of other people that are happy to read your records. I can do a reading for you, lengthier one at another time. But I actually prefer to teach rather than read myself, because I get so disoriented. Whatever that's about. It's interesting. It's different. I channel just about every single day, and it's different when the other ascended masters come through. But when I'm bringing one of your guys into and through my body, it's very, very disorienting for me. Anyway, let's see, what else can I tell you about this? You can ask questions about yourself. You can ask questions about your relationship to somebody else, but you can't ask questions about them if you're trying to read their record. So you can say, what's my soul connection to my father, my mother, my brother, my sister, my husband, my boss, like whatever. But you can't ask, why did so-and-so do such and such? It's none of your business. And the way that I have been taught and the way that I teach, that's their business for them to find out. Let's see, what else do you need to know? There's a lot of rules for reading the records. There's a prayer, a sacred prayer that I say. Part of it is loud, part of it is silent. There are a lot of different ways to open the records. I use the prayer that Linda taught, and that we're all free to share. She has it in her book. She has it online. It's a beautiful prayer that gives you access to the heart of the Akashic records. Accessing the Akashic records is such a beautiful, spiritual, heart-moving experience. You'll feel the energy when the records open if you allow your clairsentience to be open to that. I teach people how to open their clairaudience, clairvoyance, claircognizance, and clairsentience, so they have a greater experience while they're in the records. And I have literally had people come to me who are like, I can't see, I can't hear, I can't feel. And now they're like channeling Jesus and others, So anything's possible if you have the intention and the will to go in and forgive and release the pain of when you closed down your psychic abilities because of the ways in which you have been killed for having used those gifts. Everybody has these gifts. They're gifts from God. And there have just been lifetimes, timelines, and incarnations where, someone poked your eyes out for the visions that you had, and you're like, screw that, I'm not going to use those gifts again. And you're like, I can't see anything. I'm, kinesthetic. I can't see anything. Whatever. There's a reason for all of it. And I also teach people how to do that kind of work. besides reading the records, I teach people how to go through different timelines. I teach you to go into the past, to go into the future, to go into simultaneous lifetimes, all that. That's my juicy, juicy body of work. And I love the work that I do. I love that I get to help people transform their darkness into light. It's the greatest pleasure of my life. I could do that all day, all night long, and I have. So sometimes I'm tired, but mostly I'm good. I try to be better about getting more sleep. Especially, I leave my phone downstairs and go upstairs to my bedroom. And, the nights I don't do that, I'm up till 2 or 3 in the morning. I saw this cute little meme. It said, me, 10 p.m., I'm going to bed. Also me, 3 a.m., how tall is Jesus? Like when you're just like searching stupid stuff on the internet going, why am I awake? Anyway, so I think that's it. Anything else? Priyanka, did I leave anything out? Girls?
Do you want to talk about your retreat at all?
Oh, so another fun thing I do, because I love to travel, is we do retreats around the world. We went to Egypt this year. That was incredible. Hathor is one of the goddesses that I channel. She was the very first one that came forth in 1996. And we actually went to her temple, and I sat down and I channeled her, and we chanted. And it was one of the most surreal experiences of my life. Egypt was remarkable. We're taking a bunch of people back there in February. We're taking people to France to go and walk at the footsteps of Mary Magdalene. We're in the process of helping the divine feminine have its resurrection and bringing balance to the disparity between the masculine and the feminine. So that's another journey that we're doing. I'm not a feminist. I'm not going to burn my bra. I have huge boobs. I need an underwire. That's not what this is about. This is about, helping bring back the mortar, if you will, that held the brick together so that the temple can be rebuilt, so that there's balance and peace everywhere. We're going to be taking people to Sedona. We're going to be taking people to Mount Shasta. I did a meditation in Mount Shasta when I went there on a retreat in 2018. And Thoth the Atlantean came to me. It was incredible. I'm going to be writing a book with him about the rise of Atlantis. So there's a lot that's coming. Let's see, what else? We're going to be going to Costa Rica. We're going to be going all over the world. This trip to France is going to be really extraordinary. Magdalene is calling us home. So there's that journey. Let's see, what else can I tell you about? Oh, there are Melchizedek ordinations that are coming. Melchizedek is who came to, they say Melchizedek was a previous incarnation of Jesus, but Melchizedek came to Avram and Sarai and said, you will be Abraham and the father of 3 nations, and you will be Sarah, and you will give birth. And, it's a little hard to believe when you're 90, right? Let me see, what else? Oh, we have classes that teach you all these psychic tools. We have channeling classes if you ever have any interest in learning how to channel. Channeling is a gift. It is a shortcut to enlightenment. We have, I don't know. I think that's it. That's enough for now. All right. So Priyanka, who have you chosen from our wonderful array?
Before I choose someone, I just wanted to say that, I encourage all of you to stay and listen to the reading, because I feel like the advice, it can apply to anyone and everybody.
Yeah, when you all get drawn together like this, like there's no accident, Spirit weaves all of us together in this most intricate way. And again, if you don't get chosen today for reading, please feel free to come back again. We do this a couple times a month, and would love to be able to help you in any way that I can.
Perfect. It's Gabriella.
Okay, Gabriella.
Hey.
I ordered ice cream for myself and my mother, and it just arrived. I can't do this, Mom. I'm online right now, so please take it in the other room. Okay. Marvel ice cream with Reese's peanut butter cup on top because it's Shabbat. So there you go. You can't have dairy with meat, but you can have chocolate with ice cream. My inner Jew is like, what are you doing? Shabbat shalom, everybody. All right, Gabriella. Hi, my love. How are you?
Hi. I'm doing great. Thank you.
Good. All right. So, Gabriella, I need your full legal name so that I can open your records.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
So it's Gabriela and then Rustrian, like here. Rustrian, Rustrian, and it has an accent on the last A. And then Cardenas. I have a second last name, Cardenas.
Spell it.
Cardenas.
Okay. Beautiful. Okay, so I want you to think of 2 or 3 questions that you want to ask of the Akashic Records, of your masters, teachers, loved ones, and lords of the records. And yeah, we're going to go in. Let's see what they have in store for you today. And again, for anyone that my mother's trying to show me evidence of how she's only taking a little bite of my ice cream. Mom, it's for both of us. She's so cute. So my mom is 85 and she is just the cutest person in the world. So she had a little gray hair and I have given up coloring my hair altogether. I shaved all my head off. I'm silver-haired fox and that's how it's staying. But I had like 4 boxes of hair dye, but her hair was much lighter than mine. So I said, Mom, I'll help you color your hair, but we can only leave it on for like 10 minutes. And she had like blonde streaks in her hair. So I go to color her hair yesterday, and I'm not a hair colorist. Like if she wants her hair colored, she should go pay my cousin who charges $300 to do hair. But she came out and her hair's like brown, blonde, gray, brown. It's a mess. And my sister saw it and she's like, oh my God. I said, Pam, you color Mom's hair. You pay for Pam to Mom get her hair colored. Like I did the best I could. Anyway, God bless my mother. She's adorable. Okay, here we go. So there's a prayer. I'm going to say it. I'm going to bring everybody in. If I can have you all just be with me for a moment while we bring this energy forth. They're starting to come in already. Really beautiful. Oh. And so we do acknowledge the forces of light, asking for guidance, direction, and courage to know the truth as it is revealed for our highest good and the highest good of everyone connected to us. O Holy Spirit of God, help me to know Gabriella in the light of the Akashic Records, to see Gabriella through the eyes of the Lords of the Records, and enable me to share the wisdom and compassion that the masters, teachers, and loved ones of Gabriella have for her. The records are now open. Greetings, beloved one. We welcome you and we thank you for coming forth for this appointed day and time for us to be able to commune with you, beloved child of light and love. Beloved, come forth with your questions. You have asked to speak with us. We have drawn you here. How may we be of assistance to you, precious child?
So my question is, for a long time I've been feeling my heart kind of closed or contractured, I guess. And I don't know if it's because of a certain connection, which I'm thinking maybe my mother's, or if it's something else, like as if I'm not being able to kind of just feel the energy and let my heart open. I have this ongoing kind of closeness in my heart. So I've experienced widening. I don't know if there are growing pains or a cord.
Beloved one, there is an imbalance, shall we say, of the moment that you allow your heart to be open and to be receptive versus the times when you will close your heart. You feel that there is something that was done to you that was not right, and you have not forgiven yourself for experiencing it. You have not forgiven those who were involved. You are holding on to pain, shall we say, holding on to energy. You are on a journey of what it is to experience the light of love. And the light of love will come and visit you when you can say, I forgive that which occurred. There is a theme, if you will, of a hardship that occurs within your family lineage. It feels almost as if it is a curse that is passed from generation to generation. And yet you have chosen to come here and now because what you are about to do is to stop this dynamic from continuing. Do you understand?
Yes.
You have said, I will no longer let this continue into future generations. Beloved, we would ask you to call upon the energetics of your grandmother, which is the mother of your mother. Ask her for the blessings and the heart to be able to forgive that which has occurred so that you may find peace within your heart. She is available to assist you in this journey. For understand that you have had instances, shall we say, of incarnating within your own family lineage, such that you were the mother to what is your mother's mother, the woman who would be of a great grandmother to you. This was also an incarnation of yours. And that which was done has been passed through the lineage of the women in your family. And you have come in and you have said, I will no longer allow this to continue. And the only way for this to be resolved, beloved, is through forgiveness. Forgiveness for when you were the one to receive and the one to perpetrate. This will bring a healing to the fracturing that you have been experiencing within your heart. It is a way that women have compared and judged and been jealous of and been cruel to one another that no longer will continue within your soul family patterns. Do you understand?
Yes. Yes, I do.
So allow yourself to be the one to say, how is it said? The buck stops here. For you are the one to bring about this healing. You have the assistance of beloved Magdalene, who is a very strong force in your energy patterning. Call upon her. Call upon the lineage of the Marys. You are of the lineage of a priestess at her temples. And you have this relational ability to call upon them for guidance and assistance to bring the healing to the entire female line within your, shall we say, spiritual DNA patterning. Do you understand, beloved one?
Yes.
This will help you with the opening of the heart. Beloved, we wish you to come into daily meditations. We wish you to imagine a heart. We wish you to see this heart as whole and allow it to transfer into your own corporeal form. Allow your heart to become softened. Allow it once again to be tender. There is no longer a need for the thorns that you have used to protect. You are blessed and you are beloved. Allow yourself to continue to breathe love within. Bring conscious actions of breathing love and light into your heart, and will experience a transformation. There are many who will assist you in these efforts. We ask you to do this for what would be a period of 19 days. For it will help to release that which has become hardened. It will help to soften that which has become rigid. And it will allow you to have a complete transformation within the entire soul lineage of your feminine dynamic.
Thank you.
We thank you, precious one. You are beloved to us. Indeed. This will cause such a transformation and revolution, not only within your family, but it will have an impact on all who are present for this blessing. For you are all indeed connected of the heart and of the mind and of the soul. We thank you, beloved. You have great compassion within you. You have great love within you. Forgive all that has come and allow yourself to live from your truth. And the truth of you is love. We thank you for answering our call, beloved one. And we thank you for your prayers and requests for us to be of service to you. And indeed, we will speak with you again.
Thank you.
Hold on, there's a closing prayer. I would like to thank the masters, teachers, and loved ones for their love and compassion. I would like to thank the lords of the Akashic records for their point of view. And I would like to thank the Holy Spirit of light for all knowledge and healing. The records are now closed, amen. The records are now closed, amen. The records are now closed, amen. Oof.
Thank you.
Welcome up. Did you get what you needed?
Yes. Yes, I did. Thank you.
Gorgeous. Look at that smile on your face. I love that. So thank you all so much for being here. I wish you a beautiful, restful Shabbat for those of you who observe, and for those of you who don't. I send you my love and my blessings. And please come back again. if you didn't get a chance to be read, I would love a chance to read you again in the future. Laurel and Joyce, thank you for being here, my darlings. Priyanka, I love, love, love you. All of you, thank you so, so very, very much. Oh. To the Lords of the Records, the masters, teachers, and loved ones, thank you very much for your presence here today and for your guidance and for your truth. In Jesus' name I pray. All right, sweet girls. I will see you all again. Please come back. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.